Receivers are not the only ones getting paid. Christian McCaffrey signs a 2-year contract extension with the 49ers, averaging $19 million a year, according to Shefty. Here's McCaffrey just moments ago on this new deal.
I really appreciate the players on the team. I think, anytime you sign an extension, obviously you're individually really happy, but then you also have to think about the other guys on the team who have helped you get there and who are a big part of your individual success. So I really, I'm very thankful that I'm on a team with guys like that, with a great staff, just an overall great organization, takes care of the players. And so I've had nothing but an amazing experience in my time here, and I'm really fired up that I'm staying.
Last year at this time, there was so much talk about the running back market and whether. How important is it for you to continue to try to keep raising that bar for the position group as a whole?
I think it's really important. I think, running backs have been undervalued for a long time now, and hopefully this is a step in the right direction.
Swagu, a lot of receivers getting paid, and a lot of that money seems to have come out of the running backs pool, if you will. But what sets McCaffrey apart from the other running backs, from maybe your average running back in the NFL?
Yeah, it's 2 quick points, Hannah. We just passed April. Everybody know taxes were due. So this $19 million is like $25 in California. So congratulations on about $25 more, Christian McCaffrey. Here's the other thing, though. Here's the real point. Christian McCaffrey is one of one in the NFL. I'm not talking about talent, but what he brings to a team, his multiplicity, the things that he does in this particular offense for Kyle Shanahan, how easily he makes other guys' job on this team. We've seen his impact. He was in the MVP conversation and should have had a legitimate shot if it wasn't a quarterback award. So his pay is going to be different than most running backs because they don't view him as just that. And I've talked about this a little bit with guys coming out of the draft, guys that are on the market as far as getting contracts, the Saquon Barkleys of the world. The running back position now is about the more you can do. And you have to be a part, a substantial part of the passing game in order to command this kind of money on the market. Christian McCaffrey covers every gambit. He does it at a very high level, and that's why we see him get $19 million per season, because he's not just a running back. He really orchestrates a lot of what happens in that offense in San Francisco and makes everybody else's job a whole lot easier being the guy that he is in multiple spots.
I would just like to say, I hope it's not lost on anybody how easy it is for first rounders to count money. Like, that was really well done, Marcus. It's obvious. Okay?
I got a lot of experience, Tim.
That is absolutely clear. The first thing you were thinking about. You're exactly right. It's his versatility that makes him different than other backs. Like, it really is. The fact of the matter is, he's a good in-between-the-tackles runner, something I don't think people really realized about him early in his career. But he also is a guy, like, you don't take him off the field on third down because he's so good in the passing game. So I think all of that is a factor for Christian McCaffrey. And then I think the offense as well. And that was great sound we played about him talking about his team. It's an unselfish team. Like, there are a lot of guys, tight ends, receivers, that do a good job as willing blockers. So there's a lot that happens in that offense where you're not always lined up in the traditional sense of where running backs line up. And same thing with receiver or tight end, all of that. And what that does is that helps the quarterback play even better. So I just think it's just a perfect fit because of his versatility. And so while Marcus would be a perfect accountant for him out there in Northern California, it's still a good fit for him football-wise.
Coming off that tax lesson and just how far your dollars may not stretch, Brandon Ayuk is looking for some money. Jeff, he was not at mandatory minicamp today. What's the latest with his situation?
Well, Brandon Ayuk also wants to pay more state income taxes in the state of California. He, too, wants to get paid. And the question here is, will he take the best deal that the 49ers eventually put on the table, or will he play on the fifth-year option? Of course, there will be wonder throughout this summer of whether Ayuk could potentially be traded, but this is no doubt a wildly interesting situation facing the 49ers They spent a first-round pick on a wide receiver. They've recently paid Deebo Samuel. If, in fact, they don't decide to pay Ayuk this offseason, they could go into this year with those 3 wide receivers, and then next offseason means that either Ayuk or Samuel are likely out. Wildly interesting to see how this plays out. But for right now, we can tell you Ayuk is not at minicamp, and he wants to get paid.
Oh, you would hate for it to be either or. And then, of course, there's Brock Purdy on the horizon. Okay.